No one else in the world has a bag like that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Here I am in the car. I'm crocheting anytime that I can. I love this grey. Isn't it a gorgeous grey? It's giving me school cardigan grey. And doesn't that look so neat? It's like, this is Jen ASMR. Subscribe before you fall asleep. Right there, my lovely, lovely sleepy squirrels. I hope that you are all well. In this video, I am going to show you the process of me making a cool bag. So I started crocheting a little while back, and I've not really done a lot. I've done like a granny square kind of blanket, but it's like not a granny square. Well, I made a granny square. I was happy. And then I didn't want to make a granny square blanket, but using the granny stitch, I made a log cabin blanket. But it was the same stitch. I'll probably do like a, I don't know, like everything I crocheted as a beginner, or I don't know, something like that, or like my crochet plans for this summer, or I don't know, I'll do some sort of video like that as well. But this is just going to be me chatting, voiceover with some footage of me making a cool bag, like a tote bag. You've probably seen it on the thumbnail, but I haven't made it fully yet, so I don't even know what it looks like yet. I hope it looks cool. I kind of know what it's going to look like because I've done like a third of the front panel. Yeah. So my idea was I wanted to make something sleepy squirrel. So I got the lovely, lovely, lovely logo that was very kindly drawn by the talented Sarah from Painted Wit. Thank you, Sarah. It's gorgeous. But you're probably all quite familiar with it now if you've been watching my videos. She done like a few different versions for different seasons, a little Christmas one, some that's snowing, some that's raining, just gorgeous. So I took the logo and I put it into pixelization, that kind of thing, a stitch fiddle. So it takes your image and it turns into a pixelated image, so you can like block pixel things. So I first of all did it like this, and I thought, okay, I need a lot of detail, and I just removed what was inside the phone and wrote ASMR. And I printed it in like a larger version so like I could follow along and stuff. And the first version I did was like 150 by 150. I didn't really know what that would do. Like I didn't know the size that would make or anything. I thought it would just be like cross stitch and be super tiny. But no, that would have made a bag that is like super big. Or it would have made like a half blanket or something. So I ended up going back in and like tweaking it a little, making it smaller, and I ended up with 91 by 90 or something like that. Like I reduced it quite a lot. And I thought that would make a manageable size. It would be a big tote bag, but it would be gorgeous and mine. And no one else in the world has a bag like that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I printed that version out, so it was cool, and I bought the I wanted to say wool, but it's not wool, it's cotton. I bought the yarn. There we go. For some reason I always want to say wool, like a ball of wool, but it's yarn. And I just went onto Amazon and I got some cotton, some Utopia Crafts Recotton eco-friendly Aran. And if I'm correct, Aran is like about the weight. Like there's worsted weight and Aran weight, or I'm really still kind of beginner. Which, if you see the project, I don't look like a beginner because it looks pretty darn cool in my opinion, but I'm still a beginner, so I'm still like getting used to the terms and things like that. But I have done a lot of YouTube watching on the subject, so I feel like I know like enough to get started. So I bought these, which was 5 like skeins of yarn, of the cotton yarn, for 12, I want to say like 12 or 13 euros for each pack of 5. So I got 2 packs of the cream kind of oatmeal white color, which I really like, because that's actually going to be the the background of the bag, and also a bit of like the actual squirrel, like in the tail there's a lot of white and stuff. So we have this. Let me remove actually one of the skeins of each, otherwise you won't be able to see all the colors. This is the first skein, the first ball of yarn. And I just like, I had to base my color choices on what was available on that. I just wanted to start straight away, so I just did Amazon. I'm sure like there's other places you can get it and stuff like that. I went actually to the shop, like the yarn place, the local one. It was for like fabric and for yarn, and it was so much fun. I went with the kids. I'll do like a whole other video about that because I bought a lot. I had like some plans, like I have to stop myself from making like a crochet Etsy business. Like I'm so like 100 miles an hour with this. I'm like, okay, it's fine, I can just do this as like a little hobby, it'll be fun, I don't have to make a business. It's hard. So yeah, I'll do another video about that. This is just about the bag. So we have this color, and then the squirrel will be this cute orange color. I wanted it to be more of a brownish orange, but this is the only orange there was, and it actually looks pretty nice, so I'm happy with that. So we have the orange, and then the blue for the headphones. If you've noticed, the Sleepy Squirrel has blue headphones, and it is actually more of a petrol blue, like a darker duck petrol kind of blue, but they did not have any blue like that, so I picked this one. And I thought it would be nice. And then instead of black, because there was no black available, that was not a choice, I went for this dark grey, and I'm actually happy there was no black available because this is already pretty dark compared to the orange, and it looks so good. These 4 colors together, it's gorgeous. So I'm very happy with that. And I have the little project bag next to me. Before I show you where I am at the moment, because I'm at like 1/3 of the way, the front panel kind of thing. I did it like in a tapestry crochet technique. Very cool. I'm just gonna show you a few minutes of me starting the project and showing you different stages. Like it might even only be like 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. I'll show you anyway before I show you my little project. So here I have done the first chain, which is just really like the very beginning, starting it off. And I haven't put these together yet. So we're really at the beginning here. And I'm just watching the tutorial, just hanging out on the bed with all the yarn next to me. I'm using a 3mm hook and these cool little markers, and I am on the 2nd/3rd line. I don't know, I think 3rd. I'm just starting the 3rd and then the 4th. Just showing you the progress of my cute little stitch markers. And that's what it looks like. It's the first time I've ever done something so like big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously the blanket is like was huge, but like it's very like spaced out. This is like very, you know, chunky, like knit together, you know, close knit. And I'm using markers at the top as well. It's starting to get a little away from the bottom and I can't tell which stitch I'm at yet. I don't use that towards the end, but at the beginning I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose a stitch. Or, I don't know. It's funny because you don't really even, you can't even tell what a stitch is, like from view at first, you know, you can't tell, oh, here, the first part of the colored stuff, we have some gray, yay. Yeah, you can't, like, there we go. It's part of the phone, the bottom of the phone there. I'm on my desk. And I have my cotton yarn looped over my lamp to kind of pull it. And there's the back. And I've started highlighting the lines to see where I am. And that's the front there of the phone. And we have our first little bit of orange, which is on the sleepy squirrel at the bottom. Very excited about that. So yeah, I'm still using the stitch markers, counting everything, carrying over the yarn, just learning as I go kind of thing. Being very careful. You can see the bottom there starting to take form. And the little corner of the phone. Very cool. And just learning to carry over the yarn. It ends up being a little too tight in general, like by the end of it, but I can't see that at the beginning. And here you can see how the yarn gets all tangled because you're working with the 3 colors at once. Then you have like, you're carrying it over, and then sometimes you've got 2 creams and 1 orange, you know, that kind of thing. And there we have at the back going down to the elbow of the squirrel, and we can almost see ASMR written there. ASM. I'm trying to line it up, but it's not one-to-one, so. And here I am in the car. I'm crocheting anytime that I can. It's so much fun. So you've already seen the project. I just want to show you before showing me like here right now. My little project bag. I'm using the My Little Box Christmas advent calendar bag for my project. I was just kind of rolling it up by itself before, but it's kind of getting bigger now, so I'm using a little bag. And inside we have our little, I guess, what would you call it? It's I want to say pixel graph or graph, I think they call it. I don't know. It's the pattern, I guess. And then we have the yarn that is currently attached to the project, and then the project is under there. So here's my sleepy squirrel. How cute. I actually stuck it together a little weird, but I didn't know if I would need to know what row number I was on or not. I don't actually need to know that, so I could have actually stuck it together really properly, so it would be just one full graph because it's 6 sheets of paper actually. But since I'm crossing off each line as I go, I kind of don't need to know what number it is in the middle. Like, I can just look at the side. So yeah, I could have done that a little better. If I ever end up doing another pixel tapestry crochet project, I will do it that way. I'm just learning everything as I go, and from YouTube. YouTube is a glorious place. And now I have favorite crochet YouTubers to watch. I'll put in like a few of the people that I'm maybe I'll do that all in a separate video. I will just put in the 2 videos in the description. The 2 videos that I used to do this, like 2 tutorials. One is a girl who made a bag, like crochet tapestry with a goose on the front. Is that a duck or a goose? One of those. And another is Blondie Knots, who just showed you like how to do a little square heart, well, a square with a heart tapestry. And I use like a little of both techniques to do what I wanted, kind of thing. It gets a little muddled very easily. Ta-da. Oh, some stuff in. I just filmed a Patreon video. There's my earphones. Ta-da. You can't see them. Yeah, I just filmed a Patreon video about Scottish clans and what is my clan and my tartan things. So yeah, it was June's video and I filmed it like right at the end of June, and I started this project at the end of June also. I don't know when this video is coming out because I haven't finished the bag yet, obviously. So yeah, I started making this project at the end of June, like 24th or 5th of June. And it's now the 28th of June. So, an idea of progress. Look at it. We've got a little sleepy squirrel back here. Then we've got his little arm there. His little elbow just there. And the little markings and the little spiky fur. And then the phone here with ASMR. You can see I don't have the line under it like I did in the first version. Because obviously it has to be like a touch simplified compared to the actual illustration. Because the illustration is beautiful. Just a little too complicated for this. So yeah, I have these little stitch markers here. So every 20 I put the stitch marker at the bottom so that I could make sure I was counting and making sure that everything all lined up and stuff. So there's 20, 40, 60, 80, and then there's 11 at the end. So that makes it 91. And these are every 10 rows. So I have 10, 20, and I think we should have one here, 30, but I don't have enough stitch markers because I also mark 20, 40, 60, 80 at the top too, so that I can have them all like lined up each time. And then I have all the thread, all the cotton, all the yarn. I keep forgetting the word yarn because I always used to just say wool, even though wool is not like that term. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so here it is. I'm so excited. I tried to crochet it very like tightly, like it's not like a loose stitch, and it is cotton, so it doesn't have as much stretch as like acrylic. Like when I did the blanket, it's stretchy. It's like real stretchy. But because it's gonna be like a bag holding stuff, I want it to be like all, you know, structured. And I wanted the image to be structured and like really nicely clean, you know. So let's have a little look at the other side. So yeah, you kind of have to carry thread along a bit sometimes, because like think about the gray here. It's not everywhere, it's just it's like dotted around. So you kind of have to decide to either carry it along or cut off a new little bit, little roll. It's all messy, but it's not like difficult to follow. It just kind of gets messed up a little. Like this cream yarn. Let me just put this over here. It's here, right here. So I can pick it back up when I get it back into the middle if I need to do any white in the middle of the squirrel or towards should have tidied it up before showing you. So let's just tidy all this up. This is the hook I'm using, by the way. It's a number 3. And this yarn says to use a 4 or a 5, and I'm using a 3. So like I went down. I wanted it to be like super close. Just tidy all this up. So yeah, these are all the bits that have been like cut off because it wasn't long enough. So there we go. One little roll of white, creamy white. 2 little rolls of creamy white. Oh, got hooked on my ring. Okay, we need to do it again. There we go. Obviously, the project is not finished yet, so this video isn't only this long. It'll be longer. I will try and film like every few rows to show you, or if there's any like stages that are interesting, maybe, I don't know, I could do that. Oh, there's a little bug. Hey, little bug. Little spider. Just pop you down there. Yeah. And then we have this grey, which there's not much of here. I guess I'll need to cut a new one soon. So we have a little grey one there. So yeah, if there's any like stages that I find interesting, I'll try and film that part each time and things like that. But I think mostly it'll just be footage of like, oh look, there's the next row, there's the next row. I might try and get on here to like crochet with me part of it, but like not a lot because it takes a long time. I might like do a crochet along with me kind of project if it's like a smaller project or something. Like a little, I want to make a little bandana. I have like a sage green cotton yarn that I want to make bandanas out of. So maybe I'll do like that. I'll have to learn how to make a bandana first and then we'll do it. That might be fun. And then I guess we have the orange. It gets all wound up and like twisted up because you're like having to switch yarns, and every time you switch you're like, you know, turning it in the same way as you're going down from left to right and then right to left kind of thing. So it does get a little tangled, but it's usually quite easy to untangle like I'm doing now. So here we have the orange there. Then the grey. I love this grey. Isn't it a gorgeous grey? It's giving me school cardigan grey. Do you know what I mean? It's giving me school cardi grey. And then this white is all the way in this corner, which should have the crochet hook in it so that it doesn't undo itself, but it has done. So let me just fix that right up. That is one of the cool things about crochet as compared to knitting. Knitting, if you mess up and you like are not able to see or count or see what you've done, like it's finished. I don't even know how you fix that. Maybe just because I don't really know much about knitting also, but with crochet you just undo it and then you just start again wherever you want, and there's no damage. It's great. It's cool. So you don't have to be as like, oh my goodness, don't like let it go and stuff like that with crochet. Here we go. And it's back in. I'm trying to keep up my tension the same all the way through. Try to not get it too thick here with all the extra yarn coming through. We'll see. So I'm gonna get my daughter to help me line the back because she did like sewing lessons all year, so she should be able to give me a few pointers on that. And then yeah, so I will do this full panel, which will be a gorgeous sleepy squirrel with like the cream all over behind it. And then there will be the back. And the back, I'm not sure if I'm just gonna do a full creamy white on the back, or if I'm gonna do stripes of all the colors, just to give it a little, you know, a little something, you know. So yeah, the 4 colors. Obviously we don't have the blue yet because we're not at the headphones yet. I actually was thinking I may do the back, like the screen blue, to like tie in the headphones and not just have one blue part like that. But I don't know, I just thought simple, like blue screen and then ASMR written with the grey, like how it is now, but like with just a blue background of the screen. I think you got it. So that it wouldn't just be the headphones in blue, but maybe to tie in the headphones I'll do something blue on the back, but I think it'll probably just be a stripe or something simple. I don't think I'll do like another tapestry thing on the back because you don't really see it much, but yeah. So I thought that would be cool. I guess I'll see you in a bit. So here we have some progress. We have his little face and the headphones. We finally started the blue. It's looking pretty good. Can't wait to get onto the tail though. Look at his little face. I think I need to do the headphones slightly differently next time. Look at cheeky little squirrel face. And there, all the blue is done. Look at that. And the tail is starting to get done. I think we're like 2/3 or something of the way through here. It's so pretty, guys. And we have some orange in the tail up here. So we're really getting into the last third. And look at that. Really only a tiny third left there. The tail is taking shape nicely. And look at all those straggly ends. I actually really like it. It's pretty. Need to do all the weaving in. So here's a little update for you guys. This is the full image done. Did the full 91 by 90, I think 91 by 95, I can't remember. But yeah, there he is, our gorgeous sleepy squirrel. How cool is he? So you can maybe tell that there's like some distortion to the shape. Look how much looser it is at the beginning. I think it's just because my tension was not as tight, and obviously once you start changing colors it gets a little bit more knotted up, like there's more like yarn getting tied up and laid over each other and stuff, so it's less flexible. It's still quite flexible. So I still have my little markers at the bottom there, and then I have the markers going up the side, which I didn't have throughout the whole process. I added them at the end because I thought once I've done the back panel I would like to quickly see where 10 and 20 etc is so I can match them all up. But as you can see, it's very skew-iff. Like, I would definitely have to pay more attention to making it square next time I try something like this. Luckily this is for me and not for somebody else. So the top is a little more in line with the middle, but I haven't done any like steaming or blocking or anything like that, so I'm hoping, all my fingers crossed and my toes, that if I steam this to block it, it will stretch just enough to make it roughly a square or a slight rectangle. So yeah, isn't it gorgeous? I'm really happy with how it turned out though, like the image. And I've started the back panel and it's so boring. Oh my goodness. It's like the same size as this, but it's just white, like the cream, like all over. And it is so boring. It's like, yeah, I don't know, like, if this is something I would do again, like to this point, this size. You can see I didn't even finish the row where I was. I started doing another project and I needed the same hook. Hold on. So you can see we have the same like kind of stitch markers at the bottom every 20, and then I started putting the stitch markers on the side every 10 so I can match it up. But as you can see, the size difference in the middle, like that's crazy. At the bottom it's fine. I honestly don't know how this is going to turn out. We'll see, we'll see. This is going to be my project bag, which I think I will line so it doesn't like get stretched out at the bottom when you put stuff in, things like that. But yeah, look, I didn't even finish this row. I needed my hook for some other project and I just stopped mid-row. But it's fine. I will just pick this up every now and again and do a few rows until I get to the same height as this. 91 rows or 95, I can't remember. I think, no, it's 91 that way and 90 that way, I think. So I'm really happy with that. And I think that if I do another thing with this sleepy squirrel on it, it will probably be like a blanket. But I was thinking of like reducing the size a little, and there's like this other bag pattern that I really like, and it has like a strap using an old leather belt down the middle, and then it has like two straps, like a backpack kind of thing, and it like folds over. It's really cute. So I'm looking at that at the moment. I just don't know if it's like, if it's translatable into using the sleepy squirrel image kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see that later. But I do love this. And I can see some places where I could make some like improvements if I was to do the image again. Like here on the, let me just zoom in a little. You can see here, I would probably fix this and make it a little more rounded in there. I think the face is pretty good actually. I don't think I need to do any changes to the face. Obviously it's difficult to get like the definition of the nose and stuff, but the eye looks lovely. But the ASMR is a little unreadable. Like you can read it, but you know. But otherwise I think it's pretty darn beautiful. It's so beautiful. And the back is very satisfying. Like some people hate weaving in ends and things like that, but I found it so like just calming to just like get the little ends and weave them in and snip them off one by one and just get everything all neat. I probably filmed a bunch of footage of when like the ends are all dangling down, so you probably know what I'm talking about. I will keep updating in this video as I go. I'm guessing the next stage is really just getting this done. Like this is just like gonna be very like boring and time consuming, but I'll just have to do it at the same time as doing other things. And that's fine. Okay. I'll pop my little sleepy squirrel away, and then I will be back for the next step, which is probably going to be joining them together. This isn't like a tutorial or anything like that, so I won't like do that on camera or something, but well, maybe I should just like crochet a little minute. Yeah, that would be cool. Our ball of cotton yarn. This is recycled cotton yarn from Amazon, which honestly price wise is pretty good. It's around the same as like the cotton I got online at Hobby, I don't know. And it feels pretty nice. Like it's slightly different than the hobby stuff. Like the hobby stuff I think is a different weight or gauge, or I don't know how they say it. And so it's a little, I have ones that are thicker and ones that are thinner. The stuff I got most of is definitely thinner than this. I made little bandanas for my nieces. That turned out quite nice. Oh, I'm making I just realized I'm doing double crochets. No, we don't need double crochets. It's not the same project. I'm making like the flower crochet jumper thing for my daughter at the moment, and it's literally just like double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and this is just single crochet. So my muscle memory just went da, 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 da. So look how boring this is. I'm literally just doing that all the way down. So yeah, obviously in the back of my mind when I'm doing this kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, maybe I could like make sleepy squirrel bags and put it on Etsy, and like some of my sleepy squirrels would like that would be a cool way to support my channel and stuff like that. But I think it's probably not sustainable. I might be able to do like 5 and then just do a little drop of 5 bags or something, and then first come first served, and they would probably be expensive because of like how long they would take and materials and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's really very interesting for you guys, like as merch, if you will. I was thinking of doing some things, like figuring out, oh, I'm talking too much, because I don't know what I just did. I'm thinking of doing something, anyway, to kind of help this to full-time point. I need this to be my full-time job at some point, because otherwise I just can't justify spending this much time on a hobby that isn't paying the bills. And when I say hobby, I mean ASMR, obviously, not the crochet. And we turn our work, and to make it all straight, I don't do the extra, like I don't chain before going back in, which seems weird because it feels like all the other projects that I have been learning, everybody chains before they like turn their work. But the tutorial for the bag said not to, so it would be all straight. And I have to admit, it's pretty straight. Nice. So if watching someone crochet is going to put you to sleep, it's definitely this project. Because it's literally single crochets. Tiny little single crochets down a big panel in a straight line, not changing colors, and it's cream colored also, and it's on a cream background. Very boring. So yeah, I will come back to you guys when this panel is finished. In 3 years' time, when this panel is finished. Well, at least in like the time of a series, like a full series of something, maybe. I don't know. What do I have to watch? I need to find a new series to watch. would you be interested in a crochet along with me video? Like maybe with a project that's a little more interesting, like something that has a bit of color changing or movement, or just at least you could see it take form. Whereas here you're not seeing anything take form really, you're just maybe watching the movements. I think that would be fun. I'm making a jumper for my daughter. Maybe I can do part of that or something. Like, would you need to see beginning to end of the project, or just like hopping in and out like this, doing a few bits here and there? Let me know. I like it's fun, but I do get a little like I want to make new things all the time. Finishing a project is already kind of difficult for me in general. Finishing anything, even the dishes, but like just doing the same project over and over again, like, just doesn't seem possible for me unless it's fast and interesting and I can like design things, or I don't know, there's some sort of interest in that kind of way. It could work. I want to make little bucket hats for my family out of cotton. I don't know how fast I'll be able to make them, if I'll be able to make them fast enough for us to use them for the summer. And I want to make a shirt. One of those kind of, it looks like almost like a, I don't know, like a mafia crochet short sleeved shirt for men. I want to make one of them for my partner. He would look so cute. Would be gorgeous. Let's see. Clothing seems to be pretty big. Seems like it would be a time consuming thing. Although this bag is pretty time consuming too. I'm like, why don't I just put fabric on the back of this bag? It would make this so much faster, but then it wouldn't have the same kind of, it wouldn't have the same vibe to it. Although I could have done double crochets all the way up the back. Oh, maybe I still can. Like, maybe not all the way, but like, maybe I'll do a third of the way like this, and then do double crochets the rest of the way. Would that be clever, or would it ruin it? I know that single crochets are the sturdiest, from what I've heard. Single crochets are definitely the sturdiest stitch. And this is going to hold like lots of yarn and projects and stuff. So we need to be sturdy. I don't know. Okay, let me go to the end of this row, and then I will be back with you to see what it looks like with the two panels together. I don't know how I'm going to do the handle yet either. I wanted to do a handle that was just crocheted, but I don't want it to stretch also, because it might be heavy, once everything's in it. So I don't know if a simple crochet handle will suffice. Although you can line a handle too, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get to that when we get to that. my tension quite tight. I don't want it to be too stretchy because the front is so like squished up. I guess the best would be if this was nice and square, and then the front would just like, I would steam it out to make it also square. I don't know how well that's gonna work. I mean, this cotton is quite rigid, but it does have a bit of stretch to it. Unravel a tiny touch more for the end. Four more to go. 1, 2, 3, and oh, this last one's always a little difficult to get your hook in, I find. I always go too much and start taking strands from underneath. I wonder if there's like a way to avoid doing that. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, I'll see you guys when this is done. So here it is, rather roughly sewn together. I end up taking that apart and doing it again. But look, we have this strap. Wow, look at that. I'm so excited about it. There's a little work to do before I come back. The strap's all done, and you can see the difference between the double and the single crochets, but hey, it's like that. And you'll see it all done in a little second. Okay, so I am back with the almost finished bag. This is as finished as it's gonna get for this video, because I'm not ready to sew a lining in yet, but I am ready to get on with some other projects. So here it is. You saw in the little clip from before that the sewing up the sides and stuff just didn't look great the first time, so I undid it all, which was a little scary because I had already started attaching the handle. So I undid it, and then it was attached here but not here. And I figured I would go back to the tutorial that I used at the beginning. And it helped me a lot to make it a little neater. But there is the fact that this is double crochet and this is single crochet that makes it like a little difficult to line up. And you can see at the bottom it does line up a lot better where it's both single crochet. And then here when it's single and double it doesn't line up so much, but it's not bad. But down here at the bottom there's like this like line where it's a bit looser because I've attached it to like the bottom, like the starting line, like where you chain it, and I don't know why. So it's not great for the bottom of a bag, of course, but once it is lined it doesn't really matter that much because nothing's gonna like fall out or anything. And I am probably gonna use this either as a tote bag to like go around my business and be a proud sleepy squirrel. Oh, it sounds good. Or I'm gonna use it as a project bag, like to I'm very, very happy with the strap and like the finishing around the top. I think it's really neat. Look at that. Like it kind of whoops up like this. So you're doing like, you finish it as well all the way around like that. And doesn't that look so neat? It's like it was like not random. It just looks like it's not random, and I'm very happy about that. I was worried it was gonna look a bit scruffy and random. This is where I attached the strap to the other side, and there is like a little here. I don't know why, but it's not perfect, but it's for me, so I'm not like gonna be selling this, so it's fine. Nobody's gonna be like, Jen, that bag's not great. Since it's just for me, it's fine. I love it. And obviously the strap and the last like rows here I've made with just single crochet, whereas the rest of this is double, just to make it go quicker, because my goodness, is it boring to crochet in one single color like a panel. It was so boring, guys. Like all of that was just like So and I did double. And you can see it's a little stretchier, a little less rigid than the single. And I don't know if you need to block a tote bag. When I say block, I mean like you wet it and then let it dry or steam it to make it like softer or something. Because I feel like that loosens it or ties it in. I'm not sure exactly. So I don't know if I need to do that or not. But yeah, I did single crochets at the top to make it a little sturdier. I could have maybe started the single crochets a little lower down, but I just wanted to get this back part done. I'm like, if you're gonna crochet in one single color for just like a big square like that, I'm like, just use fabric. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, why am I crocheting if it's just to make a white piece of fabric? Like, it's not, there's nothing to it, if you know what I mean. Like, obviously there's no like, I'm not adding anything to it just being a panel. Apart from the fact that it's coherent with the front, and even then it's not 100% coherent. But that's fine. And obviously the lining wouldn't be so necessary if I had done it like all in one color. But yeah, I can't put anything in this bag without it like snagging on the back of this color work. So definitely needs a lining. And that'll be fine. I'll just like follow some random tutorial that looks good and simple and get it done. I'm doing other things. This strap sounds so good because it's, I think it's because it's like really like tightly woven. Okay, so that is everything I have to show you for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. It's kind of similar. I did a similar video with the jumper that I made for my daughter, you know, like the green flower pattern crochet thing. I don't think I showed you the finished product at the end, but I did like do a little crochet along and show you the project and stuff. But this one I went from 0 to 95% with you guys. Okay, so let me know, yeah, if you enjoy this kind of following along of a project, because I often have like a lot of little projects going on. I can't help myself. So yeah, I could start doing some little things like this. There will probably be a lot of them that get started. I film a few things and then it never gets finished, so that is a danger for me. But yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Love it, love it, love it. think I could have done better on a few points, like maybe like how would you say, how tight you sew, like how tight you crochet, the tension, that's it, the tension when it came to like color changing and stuff like that. I feel like my tension just got so tight whenever there was color changing and stuff, because there's so many more threads running through, and that you can kind of see. But apart from that, I think I did a pretty good job, and I love it, so that's the most important thing. Yay, little sleepy squirrel. And yeah, obviously, if you like this illustration, you should definitely go and check out Sarah's Instagram, Painted Wit. It is always linked in the description of all of my videos. She's such a fun artist. So, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you found it interesting to follow along, and especially relaxing. If you made it to this part of the video without falling asleep, I would like you to pop a squirrel emoji in the comments. Little squirrel, which, depending, it's usually like a little chipmunk. It's like a squirrel / chipmunk emoji, and you can just pop a little, like, I don't know, some people put little nuts beside it to be like, yeah, it's a squirrel, or, you know, different things like that, but it's a squirrel. And you can just pop that in with your regular comment. But if you are far too sleepy, if you are a sleepy squirrel, you can just pop that little squirrel in there by itself. I don't know what you mean. I know you are here to support this channel. And of course, another wonderful way to support this channel would be to join our Patreon, where we discuss a lot of this kind of thing in advance. Video ideas and all sorts. Sarah is one of my patrons also. Exclusive videos, all ad-free, of course. Book club. Lots of fun stuff. Then you get access to over 100 exclusive videos that are not on my channel. Full length ASMR videos with no ads, and lots of behind the scenes mini videos, like 5 to 10 minutes. So many. Okay, so I hope that every single one of my lovely sleepy squirrels are well, wherever you are in the world, whatever's happening around you. I hope that you can find your own little bubble of calm. For example, if you are in Sarasota, Florida, in the USA,